I've fished these waters for over 20 years. I know every bend in the river, every sunken log where the bass hide, every quiet eddy where the trout rise at dusk. But there's one stretch I'll never return, Tono, after what happened last October. It was one of those misty autumn mornings where the fog clings to the water like smoke. The air was dead calm, the kind of silence that makes every ripple sound like a whisper. I'd parked my truck at the old gravel pull-off and hiked half a mile downstream to my usual spotter-wide, slow-moving bend where the river deepened. I waded in just knee-deep, the cold seeping through my waders. The fog was thicker near the water, reducing visibility to maybe 15 feet. I tied on a spinner, took a breath, and prepared to fire off my first cast when I turned to my right and came face to face with a man, no more than 3 feet away. We screamed, simultaneously, loud enough to scare off every bird in the trees. He was older, maybe in his 60s, with a weathered face and a faded flannel shirt. A fishing rod was slung over his shoulder, but I hadn't heard him approach. No splashing, no crunch of gravel. Just there. After a stunned second, we both laughed. The kind of nervous laughter that follows a jump scare. "Christ," I said, clutching my chest. "You nearly gave me a heart attack." He grinned, but it didn't quite reach his eyes. "Didn't mean to sneak up on you. Fog plays tricks." We introduced ourselves, said his name was Eliand. Then, almost as if nothing had happened, we started fishing side by side. The silence stretched. The only sounds were the gentle plop of our lures and the distant cry of a heron. After a while, I nodded toward the mist. "What do you think of this fog?" I asked, just to fill the quiet. Eli didn't look at me. "I actually enjoy it quite a bit," he said. Something about his tone made me pause. Not just casual, almost nostalgic. "You from around here?" I asked. No reply. I turned toward him. He was gone. No splash, no footsteps, just empty river. I stood frozen, my pulse hammering. The fog curled around me, suddenly suffocating. I scanned the bank, the trees, the water downstream. Nothing. Thinner tug on my line. I jerked the rod instinctively, reeling in fast. Whatever was on the other end didn't fight. It came in too easily. My lure broke the surface. Hooked onto it was a tattered piece of flannel, the same pattern Eli had been wearing. I didn't reel in the rest of my line. I didn't pack up my gear. I just turned and ran, stumbling through the shallows, my boots slipping on algae-slick rocks. I didn't stop until I reached my truck, and I never fished that stretch again. I hope the stories doesn't ruin your sleep entirely. If you're still craving more spooky shit, click subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like the video to increase views. If you have any stories of your own, feel free to message them to me, and I'll add them in a video and shout you out. Spooky Daddy out.